Administer a poetry contest that this year is 33 years old. I think it's a real testament to the power of the written word. When I originally inherited this program, it was simply one program that we brought everyone in and gave awards in 3 categories. One of the things that I determined early is that it's unfair to compare a 6 and a 7-year-old with an 11 and 12-year-old when they're writing poetry. So we divided the categories and made it a separate category for the 6 to 10, and then we have an 11 and 12-year-old category. Now to the hard part. There were 197 people who entered this contest in 4 categories. We had the adult, we had the 13 through 17, the 11 and 12-year-olds, and the 6 to 10. So I'm going to begin at the beginning. I'm going to begin with my youngest poets. I often get parents who are distressed because their children are not either winners or finalists in the contest. I always begin by giving the caveat that everyone cannot be a winner at everything that we try. If we didn't try sometimes, even though we don't always make it, we'd never fall in love. We never do some of the hard things in life that we actually accomplish on the 2nd or 3rd trial. I like to think of the Greenburgh Poetry Contest as an opportunity for children of all ages to share with others who love poetry the idea that what you're doing is wonderful. It's also the opportunity to take a chance. When you submit your poem, you're taking a chance. All 197 people who entered the contest were invited to come today to be a part of this celebration. I can't quite manage the contest so that it gets done in April, which is National Poetry Month. But I do feel that poetry should be written all the time. It should be celebrated all the time, not just in the month of April. I do this program for a number of reasons. Poets very seldomly get to be in the spotlight, so I'm very happy to see parents with cameras and video cassettes. At any point, feel free. You have my permission to take pictures. At the end, I'm going to invite all of the finalists and winners to come down and have their picture taken as a group. The other thing that I'm going to do this year, I'm going to invite everyone who's a poet who's here to come down. I'm going to take a group picture myself so that when those people enter again, I can bring out this picture and say, do you remember when you joined the group that didn't win that year? Now you've moved ahead. We must keep working at this. There were 12 judges in this contest. Each poem was read by 3 different judges. Their choices were tallied and moved on to a final judge. I want to tell you a little bit about the final judge. Past judges in this contest have included such luminaries as Rita Dove, who was our United States Poet Laureate, Billy Collins, Dana Joya, who has been appointed chair of the NEA, and Kevin Pilkington. Each May, recipients are given cash awards and framed certificates. This year, they will be given framed certificates. The cash awards will be mailed because I will need each of the children who receive a cash prize. The cash prizes are $50, $25, and $15 for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place in both categories. You'll need to sign off on a form for the finance department. They won't issue my checks this year until I get signatures. So that means even though your child is young, they can. And they also ask for a social security number. If you don't remember the social security number, just sign it and you can call me. I'll give you my number and you can send it, call it in to me. I'd like to begin by asking every poet in the room to please stand. Thank you very much for entering our contest. Thank you very much for loving the written word like I do. I always tell people that one year I was 2 in this contest and I didn't win, and I was very disappointed. I also noticed in the audience, Ina Marks is here today. Ina, stand up. Ina was once in the audience and didn't win. And Ina went home and wrote a poem about not winning. So I was very pleased when the following year, her poem actually won first prize.
Right.
So see, there's nothing like a little incentive to keep you writing. I'm going to begin with the juvenile category, 6 to 10 years old. Okay, let's hope my system works. Lena Athos. Come down, Lena. On the table beside you is a microphone. If you put it on. And if you make your turn to read.
Wind, going through me head to toe, bird, it's cold. I see it going through the air, I see it whirling through my hair. I see it packing its bags and leaving.
Lena's award says 33rd Annual Greenburgh Poetry Competition. Poetry teaches the enormous force of a few words. Emerson from Parnassus. Congratulations to Lena Alphals for reaching finalist status and being included in the anthology Let the Poets Speak 2004, issued the 23rd day of May 2004. Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor, Sarah Gracie White. Osmond, who's from Manhattan. I didn't tell you that Lena is from Dobbs Ferry. Is Haddon here? Okay, he's not. The Face of Racism. I am hate itself, best friends with the devil. We watch gang fights in his bowl of lava. We laugh, we shout like we're watching a football game. I am the leader of the KKK, not physically, but mentally. I am the heads of all the KKK associates. I am the Nazis. You can't catch me. You can't grip me with your fingers of peace. I've spread to Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas. I am racism. First poem is I Think I Ate a Spider. I think I ate a spider, I can feel it crawling down my throat. I think I ate a spider, or was it the TV remote? I think I ate a spider, I think it was big and hairy. I think I ate a spider, if I saw it, I would name it Larry. I think I ate a spider, is my face turning blue? I think I ate a spider, it sort of tasted good. I tried to eat the spider, now you. May and June are always busy times. Belle's poem is Piano. She sits staring at her piano, hesitating to play her wonderful music. Although there's no one there, she's afraid she might mess up, but she still plays perfect. The song goes on, never ending, as she grows old. Her music grows better, her fish dies of hunger, and her garden dies of thirst. But she still lives on. Hungry, yes. Thirsty, yes. Amused by the wonderful sound of the piano. Most definitely, yes. Story goes to Rick Cruz. Congratulations. And this is your award.
A perfect pet. I wish I had a perfect pet that never scratched or bit. I wish I had a perfect pet that would never go on the rug. I wish I had a perfect pet that would never run away. I wish I had a perfect pet that my mom would actually like. I wish I had a perfect pet that would chase me on my bike. I wish I had a perfect pet that would sleep with me. I wish I had a perfect pet, but most importantly, love me. I wish I had a perfect pet, but no pet is perfect. Sigh.
Rachel de la Torre of Manhattan. Our poem is called
Walls of Wars. I am a wall. I have names carved into me. I see people gaze at me and touch me. When people look at me, they cry, and I ask, why? I am not alone at all. In the night, I hear a fight going on, and in the morning, there's another name carved on me. There's flowers down below, and there's a teddy bear with a little bow. People's hearts are almost ripping out of their skins. Their tears are like a faucet that never stops dripping. I see people waving the country's flag. People waiting, praying, hoping, in silence. I see a mom and a dad holding hands and praying. Even though I'll never find out what's going on, maybe I don't want to.
Sarah Coburn of Dobbs Ferry for Trying to Catch Mist.
Trying to catch mist. Thick, swampy air, like walking through a cloud. I try to catch that mist, just hanging in the air, opening my hands and clamping the mist between them. I peek one eye through my fingers, but I don't find it. It's not there. No misty, swampy air. I try and try and try and try, but I can't keep the mist for myself. Maybe I can't hold on to it forever. I can't keep it on a glass jar on display. Like life, I guess. I guess I have to let it slip away.
Alan, a long, long time ago, you heard me, you played me, danced with me and sang with me, laughed with me, played with me, and jumped with me for joy. But now, 30 years later, you've hidden me in a shadowy spot, and my memories are lost forever. Now there's no dancing, no singing, no laughter, no sound. From now on, it should be the same, until my secrets are once opened again.
What is a garden without care and affection? Just a heap of weeds, roots, and mud. But treat it with kindness, water, and sun, and our priceless masterpiece will grow from the land. Multicolored paints covering dull brown canvas. Interesting shapes causing the canvas to be reborn anew. What is a family without warmth and love? Just a bunch of people with no guarantees of support, of home, of comfort. No trust in each other to confide secrets. No hope glimmering in the distance, like a faint ray of sunshine, an angel's golden sword slicing through turbulence, causing serenity to encompass the world. No changes, just a recording, playing over and over again, monotone and boring. If I was that person and that person were me, I would be terrified, for who would love me, help me up when I fall? I'm craving emotional support. Who would be there for me? Embarrassment. Embarrassment is a strong, tough, chewy orange and blobby, sticky purple. It sounds like an irritating thump in your chest and peers laughing like hyenas in a cave, so it echoes and bounces off the rocks. It smells like a fresh, fudgy, gooey, warm brownie just out of your reach. It tastes like a gallon of salt lying listlessly on your tongue. It looks like a blazing fire on top of a paper it took you days to write. It feels like someone weakening your knees and banging on the back of your head until your senses.
Mystery. Some say bald, but I say bold. You're very rare, I'm frequently told. I'm a fine leader, filled with honor and pride. Colorful feathers line my outside. I've got powerful wings, I'm a bird of prey. I plunge at my meals day by day. And as I cross the painted sky, I like to whisper, what am I?
Coming out. Isn't it hard, little flower? Coming out. Isn't it hard, little flower, to pop out your bud after that long winter of no sun? Isn't it hard, little flower? Isn't it hard? Isn't it hard, little bear, to come out of hibernation after your long sleep? What if you wake in the middle of the cold winter? Isn't it hard, little bear? Isn't it hard? Isn't it great, big tree, to finally feel that great sun beating down on you? Isn't it hard, big tree, to see your baby leaves all yellow and green, grow and grow until they fall to the ground? Isn't it hard, big tree? Isn't it hard? But yet, isn't it great, giant world, to wake up from whatever state we are in for winter and see all around us flowers blooming, animals waking from a long hibernation, and trees with giant green leaves? Isn't it great? Oh, world, isn't it great?
Writers, every leaf that falls, every shade of sky is reflected in a mirror of the writer's mind. An impact, they focus, drawn in front of them. A picture, a feeling taken, given back, but kept. Mysteries seen as answers in the eyes of writers. Tears seen as a million deaths by writers. Laughter seen as spring flowers after a winter frost in the hearts of writers. The beach is heaven, seagulls replacing angels, white sand replacing clouds in the heart of writers. A rose is a burst of energy in their hand that dances across the paper when they write a poem. When the first rays of sunlight come over the mountains, they see nothing else.
Called Picture Perfect. Looking out the window, I see a perfect picture formed. Misty clouds with softly dabbed edges, hovering above painted clouds of ruby dust, cherry blossom petals, golden sunshine, and orange zests. With dabbed edges from softly bristled brushes, the sky hugs the nocturnal city buildings that keep it from falling. As the colors fade to reveal a cloak of spotted blue, the eyes of the nocturnal buildings, one by one, close their eyes and go to sleep. Ariel's poem is called The Garden of Whispers.
The Garden of Whispers. In the garden I hear whispers, ring through the trees, past the flowers, into my heart. I must follow it. Calls to me to the home of whispers. I feel safe and warm in the home of the whispers. The flowers sing with joy, the ferns are soft and green. The wind dances through the sky, it makes me want to fly. I hear the flowers whisper to each other. They whisper about the colors of the sky and the water. They whisper about life in the water and on land. They whisper about the rain and the sun. The wind sings a song of peace and freedom. The mighty trees dance and sing about children who play with them. The mighty trees dance. Then I hear my mother call to me. Her voice rides the wind through the trees, past the flowers, and all the way to me. My heart then starts to dance and sing. I run like the river and all the way to my mother. I tell her about the garden of whispers and the water, about the green ferns and the flowers that whisper, about the trees that dance and sing. My mother says it was all just a dream, but in my heart, I know I saw the garden of whispers dance and sing.
Whenever I see the paper shake, I know they're very nervous, but what you must always remember is everybody wants you to succeed. So thank you very much for reading it. When they read the book, they will hear your voice, not mine. So they should hear the poet. Thank you. You like that?
Yeah,
Good.
I thought I submitted a different one.
You did. You submitted more than one. This is one that they picked.
Oh, really?
Yes. Let's see. Let me make sure now. You did Death's Instrument and Dignity.
Yeah,
Okay, Dignity was the one the judge selected.
okay. Dignity. Dignity is deep purple and gold, shining and glimmering. It tastes like a milkshake, cool and smooth.
It sounds like a symphony going off in your heart. It smells like sweet honey fresh from the hive. It looks like a royal family, wise and graceful. It feels like wonderful, peaceful heaven.
Okay, Lily's poem is called Docile Deer.
One deer strolls into the lush, erratic forest, docile and gentle, and sniffs the lily. One step behind her resides a young, timid foal, hides in her mother's protective shadow. She emerges only to cautiously sniff the air. Her coat is like perfect, freshly fallen snow on the ground where there are still brown patches of earth. Her hoofs are polished ebony stones. Her eyes are two identical diamonds. At the center of the diamonds lies a treasury of secrets.
Come on down, Carol. I understand a lot of these kids are from different classes. If you'll come and stand on that side. See, the life of a model isn't all fun. You gotta stand around and smile and look pretty. Smile for the last camera shot. Okay, thank you. Round of applause for you.